it's time to talk about operator overloads. And in Kotlin, you can override the default behavior of certain operators, but only the standard operators. So let's take a look at how this works. Basically, I'm going to have a main function here, and I'll make a type. Let's have a type called vector. I'll make it a data class. So it's going to be a data class called vector, which takes two integers. So we'll have var x of type int and var y of type int. And then we want to add two of them together, meaning that we want to do something like var v1 equals vector of 3 and 4, and var v2, for example, having a vector of some other values, and then we want to add them together and maybe print the result, v1 plus v2. Now, unfortunately, you're going to see that the plus sign is in red because we haven't defined an operator yet. There is no operator to add two vectors together, so we need to define it. And the way to define it is if we jump in here, we'll make a new function. Now, this function will have a predefined name, and you'll notice that in Kotlin, predefined names turn kind of yellowish, at least in IntelliJ IDEA they do. So the function we're going to override is called plus. And this function is going to take the other vector, so I'm going to say other of type vector, and it's going to return a vector. And here, of course, what we do is we actually implement the addition. So I'm going to return a vector which takes x plus other.x and y plus other.y. And that's pretty much it. And we now have the plus operator working correctly. So that's okay. We can actually run this now. And as you can see, we're getting the correct result. Now, the Kotlin documentation actually lists the names of every single operator that you might want to overload, and also some specifics related to, for example, the increment and decrement operators. So if you want to override certain operators, then look at this page for their actual names, and then simply define the appropriate functions.